to take a chance to fly, feeling like I'm 10 feet high. Nightmares call, you can't deny. Better find a place to hide.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wrestling Fray, and welcome to another episode of the Fray 5. And we are going to take a look at what most people call the 5 worst Wrestlemanias. Now, I've taken this from different sources like Wrestlemania, Sportskeeda, Sports Illustrated, and kind of combined because a lot of those places actually had the same answers. Some of them, only a few of them were deferring. So I would say that it's an overwhelming consensus that they were definitely the worst. Now, I'm doing this because of the polarizing opinions of WrestleMania 41. Because like I said in the intro, I was going to do this before WrestleMania 41. Unlike I did in the past, I'm not going to follow this up with 5 best. I'm going to tell you what my 5 best WrestleManias were. 3, 10, 14, 35, and 40. But that's just me. So we're going to look at what everybody else says the 5 worst are. Before we get started, I do have something to tell you guys. This is going to my little subscribers. You noticed I haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. And I would normally say at the end of the video, but I want to tell you guys now. I'm 41, new house, 3 kids, one's still an infant, and on top of that, I have a small business. So, yeah, life is lifing right now. It's I have a lot doing, but I mean, it gets to the point where I'm not having a lot of time to do my channel. Though this is something that I love, and I will continue to push through. So this is going on the quest for 1,000. We started the quest for 1,000 last year, but then life started life, and so we kind of slacked off on the channel. Jimmy's not gonna like this, but I'm gonna have to say it this way: if we reach 1,000 by the end of the year, then I'll know that this is something that I need to keep doing, and we will push through because I love doing this channel. But if we do not reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, we may have to hang it up for a while, maybe longer. And either way is fine. Well, things happen, life happens. But I appreciate you guys' support, and hopefully we can continue. Anyway, back to the video. So we are going from, I guess, bad to worst with this 5. So we're going to start with WrestleMania 4. Now, I think a part of the reason this one is labeled the 5 worst is because it was followed up by one of the best, WrestleMania 3. So that didn't help it at all. But I think one of the reasons people didn't care for this was the fact that the entire pay-per-view, yes, it was a pay-per-view back then, was one huge tournament. Which in essence will be nothing wrong with that, but we don't look at WrestleMania as a tournament. We look at WrestleMania as a show. And notice I said 5 worst WrestleManias. I didn't say 5 worst main events, because the main event between Savage and DiBiase was actually not bad at all. But as an overall pay-per-view, this one just didn't sit well with fans. Let's see, I can't have much say in this because I was only 4. So, all right, what we got next? WrestleMania
27
involved Michael Cole and that whole heel run that he was doing, which had mixed reactions, but it is what it is. Now, there were some bright spots in this match, like Undertaker versus Triple H in a no-holds-barred match. That actually wasn't bad. Then you had Snooki, and basically everybody just thought this entire show was a sinking show. Next, we have WrestleMania 11. Now, a lot of folks took issue to the fact that the World Championship, or WWF Championship actually, match didn't take place in the main event, which was Diesel and Shawn Michaels because it took a back seat to Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow, which I remember watching that as a child. That match was actually entertaining, but growing up, I realized Bam Bam was the one that made that match entertaining, and we gotta give him a lot of respect for that. So I'm not sure why they would put this as the worst. It's probably because I think we're desensitized to it now because, let's be honest, the last decade or two, celebrities have overtaken WrestleMania. We just gotten used to it. This was one of the situations that was not favorable to fans. But like I said, as a child, I enjoyed it. As an adult, I could see why people were pissed off about it. And for number 2, we have to go 2 years before that, WrestleMania 9. I completely agree with this. This is the infamous WrestleMania where Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart, and then Hulk Hogan just swoops in at the end and just swiftly defeats Yokozuna. I think we did a joke on that with the last Fray 5s on shortest title reigns or something like that. But not only that, so when you look at the Undertaker's legendary WrestleMania streak, this was the worst match of all of them because this was the only match in that lineage that did not have a proper finish. The Undertaker won by disqualification, and then they had the whole thing with chloroform and all that. It was terrible. It was definitely terrible, and yeah. So I would have to agree. And what they deemed as the absolute worst WrestleMania was WrestleMania 2. Now, this WrestleMania had 3 different locations. It was New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And now, with that being said, I think that added to dissatisfaction of this WrestleMania. Not only that, they felt that the main events weren't really potent. I mean, you had Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy in a steel cage. You had the British Bulldogs defending against the Dream Team. And then you had the boxing match with Roddy Piper and Mr. T. Now, this was only the second WrestleMania. They were trying to live off the hype of a new pay-per-view. This was a legacy starting, so it makes a lot of sense for WrestleMania 2 to be as bad as it was. I mean, you're not going to strike gold immediately, but it's funny. The appeal of this is because things were happening in different cities, but now we move to a 2-night WrestleMania experience. So it's amazing how things have changed in the last 40 or so years that is evolved. Now, I wouldn't do the different city thing again. Actually, they could probably format that to be much better now. But if they ever think of doing this multiple city thing, I probably wouldn't do a 2-night. But I don't know. They might entertain that idea again because this is a different environment and technology has changed. This whole simulcast and doing different cities and all this stuff, that could actually work nowadays. But being that this was considered the worst WrestleMania, I think that's why they have been afraid to attempt it. But that is what everybody deemed as the 5 worst WrestleManias. So what I want you to do, I want you to go in the comments and tell me your thoughts on each one. What was your opinion? What was the worst WrestleMania? I have a feeling a lot of y'all are going to say 41, you guys. Well, look, I admit 41 was not the best. I don't think it was the worst. But let me know in the comments. All right. Thanks for joining the fray. You guys have a wonderful night.